Alrighty, we're back. Day 4 of streaming before the Battlegrounds. As usual, we're going to set some things up on my end. Alright, sweet. Things are saved. Let's spam the link. And this time we're also going to post it on Blue Sky. See if that gets us any traction. Looking good, looking good. One more. Alright, cool. Let's get started. So, we're back. We're gonna do some more Talishar testing. I think I've decided that I'm definitely not gonna be playing Fi. Who's on right now? Noah? Oh, I need games. Let's stalk him. Let's shoot him a little message. Games continue. Alright, sweet. So, yeah, we're going to be running up the Gravy Bones first. Just, I ran a few practice games, or not practice, but I just played a few games today after I finished up my work and whatnot. And I'm feeling a little better on the list, so yeah, we're just going to run it up and keep it going. Hopefully get some experience into matchups that I'm not super familiar with post-ban list. But it's Gravy Bones, like, it can't be that difficult. Basically, I just want to, remind myself of the deck flow and whatnot. And yeah, that should be good. I was getting a little roasted earlier in the Facebook chat for the Aurora list. I was asking to pick up Promise of Plenty. People were absolutely just roasting me for it. I guess they don't see the vision of the card, but that's alright. Until then, though. Alright, we do actually get a game into TR. That's pretty good. So we'll go first. And I think we're going to run... The Crown of Providence seems decent here. And we'll just run the anti-fatigue package, so... all of this, plus the Eye of Ophidia and the Tropoldani. And we'll run the Loop the Hold. So I don't think we really need the D-Reactive to this. I actually didn't do it this, though. So we'll do something like this. And that looks pretty good. Do I need the Bodge? In case we need to actually block something. I think, yeah, we'll run that instead. Alright, this hand could be very strong, depending on what we end up drawing here. Definitely gonna put this Chum in grave. Oh, we see Loop the Hold. Is there potentially something else on top that could help us? Eye of Ophidia is not incredible here. Is it worth just playing at the Chum turn 0? I don't think so. So we're gonna set a ley line. Sweet. This is a great hand. We do get Crumble to Eternity turn 0. That's not great for us. So already a -1 counter on the compass, but we're gonna be able to push a lot of damage here, which is pretty sweet. Is there anything we want to get off the top of our deck before? Swell. Interesting. So that's kind of cool, but I think we'll probably just keep the gold. That seems more important right now, and we're just going to push a fuck ton of damage. Kind of swinging double ley line this early is pretty sweet. So that's what we'll do. He's on the Rampart. Rotwood Hammer is very interesting here. Makes me think that more of his blue base is going to be Earth cards. So I'm wondering if we need to be as worried about popping armor this game. I think when I see this, yeah, definitely making me feel like I'm going to want to just use these Mage Master Boots the first opportunity I get. Unforgetting, Unforgiving, not actually searching here is interesting. We'll close the chain, summon Chum. Get a little opt here. Definitely send the Savasti to the bottom. And I think we also want to bottom the spell here, just like making sure that we're getting access to allies ASAP before our Compass ends up blowing up. The game plan that I would like to enact is going to be something like putting 3 powerful attacking allies in the grave, and just, you know, taking that chance to set up a bunch on the board all at once. So here we see a hand. Pretty interesting. I think we're definitely going to chum in response here. And we're going to put this Scuba in grave. I think out of this hand, this is kind of what I'm least hurting to get hit by something like a Pill for the Tomb. And then we do see the Mangle here, so it's a good thing we blocked with, we did the Chum activation here. Interestingly, all the blues we've seen so far are not Earth cards, so I'm wondering how this Redwood Hammer is actually going to be able to get the value that he's looking for. Let's Compass here. Loot the hold, so we're going to send this Murderous Rebel first, I think. And probably just... Or you know what, do we even need to do that? I think it'd probably be better to save this Murderous Rebel and just play out this Scuba. So we'll discard the Chum. I like having Chum kind of like while we're setting up. If we can use up all 3 Chums and get a bunch more allies into the grave in the meantime, I think we'll be in a good spot. So we'll set this Murderous Rebel. And I don't really think I can afford to play into Ripple Away this early, so we're just going to swing the Scuba, and we're not going to do a hook on this. Put back a ley line. That's pretty sweet. Yesterday, I played a game where I played out a couple of Scubas, and I think only one of them was able to tuck back a ley line, so if we're able to get 5 ley line activations, this game will be in a good spot. Alright, this hand is awesome, and the CNC is just going to go right into a Scuba, so that's pretty good for us. Yeah, this is pretty much all we could really ask for. Let's check top here, just in case it's another ally. It's a Loan Shark, that's pretty good, so we'll pitch this Tipple. Get this going. No Ripple Away, which is good for us. Okay, he does pitch into it, but I think that's alright. So we will Loan Shark here. And now the question is, do we want to summon this Chum? By pitching the Call to the Grave. So I could Gold Draw here. I think just because we're under, our Compass is -1 already, I'm inclined to actually go digging with this gold. Okay, Give No Quarter is quite interesting, but not super useful right now. Importantly, though, it is just a blue for us to play. So we're going to Dead Threads, summon out the Chum, and we're just going to Call to the Grave, and we're going to send in another Sawbones. If I can play out 3 Sawbones at once, I think that's going to be the spot that we're looking for here. So we'll hook, just to fiend out another 3 block from the hand. Cool, so the shield didn't actually get too much value here. We've got gold, we've got Chum, we're starting to get allies in grave, and we do see another hand that is just phenomenal. I think we're going to go for it here. I think we're going to try playing out the triple allies. I'd like to keep the Savasti, so let's see what we've got on top before we do anything. Conqueror, okay, interesting. Yeah, this seems like a pretty good spot to start putting our foot on the gas. So we're going to Tipple, pitch the Call to the Grave. And then we're going to send this Murderous Rabble and just clear our arsenal. And if he doesn't have any way to clear multiple allies, he's going to be in a lot of trouble here. So let's put the hook on this Marabble. Vasti, okay, love seeing that on top. We get an E-Strike, that's fucking huge for us. That's definitely really strong, because now we know that these allies might stick. So we're going to Sawbones. We're going to pop Mage Master Boots. We're going to Rigor Mortis, Dead Threads, and play Sawbones out instead of Conqueror. Cool. And just in time for our Compass to get popped, so that's pretty good. I think we probably will be able to use this momentum to probably end the game. So we're going to... We have an Avasti in hand. We are going to Gravy here, and we're going to pitch this Jittery Bones. Another Conquer is not ideal for us, but we are going to be able to double swing. So let's start with the Avasti, and we'll get Rigor Mortis going here. Pummel, interesting. And a Sink, okay. Let's send this Conqueror. Conqueror connects, and... Oh. Yeah, that's kind of taking a lot of damage. You really want to do this? Okay, interesting. And then we'll Sawbones here. I would have gone further back if you wanted to, but I guess not. Alright, he's gonna block out. Probably kill an ally. We definitely don't want to lose this Conqueror. Don't love this hand. Let's go digging for something to help us out here. Fearless would be probably huge. Okay, no Fearless. We do see the Whaler though. Although, it doesn't seem particularly helpful right now. Would have been nice to see a blue in this hand. Let's discard the Whaler. I think this is probably going to be one of our ways out of this situation. Yeah, this Rawwood Hammer only being 3 here is pretty important. So let's crack the gold. Riches is fine, I guess. We'll crack this gold again. Alright, cool. We do see a yellow here, or a blue here. So we're going to Loan Shark. See what he's got for us. And we are going to... I think we're going to send this in... So his Bodge is live. That's important. So we're going to send this hook. And we're going to send the Conqueror. We've got ley lines left in deck. We have ways of playing out allies with Go again. So, it's not the end of the world here. Unfortunately, we don't really have an arsenal to play with, but we're just going to pitch this chunk here for a Sawbones swing. And if the only thing he's keeping is a an Ice Blue for these Sawbones, takes a lot of damage here. Alright. So our Compass is popped, but we've kind of found an opportunity to push a ton of damage. So we'll probably stack our deck something like... I know we just put a Swell to the bottom, so we can do this. Definitely don't want to risk that. Okay, the port side here is nice, and an Avasti. We do lose a Sawbones here. Not much I can do about that. So we'll port side to another port side. Interesting. I'd like to keep this Murderous Rebel if possible. I'm wondering if we have some space to play out Whaler here. Or if we're going to need to start drawing. We're still waiting on Tip the Barkeeps. That's pretty much going to be our only way to play out multiple allies in a turn from now on. Yeah, I'm not super impressed with this hand. But I don't really want to crack any gold to play to go any further. So, this is interesting. I don't think we're actually going to be able to leak any meaningful damage here without cracking gold. I mean, there's cards that get us out of this. So we can draw our last call by the Call to the Grave, and I think that's kind of what we're going to go for. So we're going to crack this gold for the port side. Nice. Tip the Barkeep is excellent. Love that. Now I kind of want to just play out the Rigor Mortis and the Whaler. No. So we'll do that. And we'll go back up to 3 allies. Play this. And is it worth cracking gold? We need to draw 2 blues. I think probably not, so we'll just play out this Whaler. And we'll pass on this. See what he can do to us. And if he doesn't have a way of clearing multiple allies, we're in a good spot. Double Fearless is pretty insane here. Rawwood Hammer into the Sawbones, so we're going to be able to save this and send a Whaler back, which is nice. Oh no, this does still kill, so we would have to use both Fearless here. I think this is fine. Decline the undo request. What a fucking asshole. Whatever, guy. So we'll send the Whaler here. This guy just doesn't want the good testing, so he's going to deny the undo request, I suppose. Leak some damage with this Whaler. It's pretty sweet. Oh no, actually. It's not really going to get in for that much with the Stink. Boost some health here. Interesting hand. Oak and Old here exactly kills Whaler. And we know we're not grabbing another Fearless, so Whaler's going to die. But I think we're going to start digging this turn for a potential all 3 modes ley line. So we're going to forego the gold on this Rigor Mortis with the port side exchange. And we're just going to keep digging for any attack. Well, that does it. We are going to ley line, swell. We get Ivifity here, which is huge. That means we can actually probably keep this tip. And we see it. That's interesting. So we have a resource off of our dead threads that we can use. We can... Yeah, I think we're actually going to be able to play this out as well. So we'll keep this on top, keep this loop. We're going to go pretty crazy this turn. So we'll draw off gold here. We will play the sloop. He's going to crack Bodge, makes sense. Cool, cool. We will... I think this is probably a good dry hook angle pretty soon. So we'll send this Conqueror. This connects. Actually, maybe it's not a great dry hook angle. We probably should have used it there. But then we'll send this. Because he can block 3, 6. If this is a non-attack in hand, then that could have been a dry hook angle. And he's already down to 5, so getting our Compass popped this early didn't really seem like too much of a liability, considering that we were able to recover this well. And I think now we're just going to probably take some damage while we... Okay, that actually was a pretty good dry hook angle. So we're probably just going to wait for a little bit now until we have some rum and whatnot to try and reestablish our board. So probably just Restless Bones, pitch the Swabby, destroy the Swabby. We have plenty of life to play with, so I think we're not too worried here. We still have, I think, 1 ley line in deck. No, we do have 1 ley line in deck left. And 1 Conqueror, I believe. Yes, no Conquerors, actually. That was the last one. So we probably will struggle for a way to actually go wide with this ley line here. This is fine. So we'll probably just end up stacking some gold here. We'll start with this Jittery Bones. We'll discard the Scuba. Pretty much now just looking for the tip of our keeps. Those are going to be our best friend now. I think once we play out 2 rum, we'll be in a solid spot. And we're just going to see how much gold we can build up until then. So we'll threads, we'll swell. See Sovereigns on top. It's not ideal. We're just gonna Seafloor salvage. Let's see, does he have anything we can talk? No, y'all, that should be fine. We have a Loan Shark in here somewhere. Cool. We'll set the ley line. Here's Jittery Bones. Okay. Still just waiting for those Sift of our keeps. How much blocking do we actually need to be doing? I'm thinking not much. So we'll just take this. Full Jittery Bones. Oh, it's an open old block. I think we'll play out the Oyster here. If this gets an attack, I think that's probably fine. Okay, we get a gold here off the Oyston. I think we're going to play out... I'd like to keep this Tipple in hand. Oh, we're gonna play out the Chum. Oh, we don't have a Chum. That's no good. Okay, there's still one in deck. Yeah, I think we have no choice but probably just passing here. Call to the Grave is nice. That's going to be... That's super important, because this is actually going to be our other way to play out 3 allies at once. Cool, I actually like seeing the phone here. We'll bottom this Tipple. And we'll just block 4 here. And we're going to keep this Call to the Grave. At some point soon we'll send like a back alley off of this. And ideally we'll do that on a turn where we have the roam. Okay, so here's the back alley. That's fine, we'll just block out again. Plenty of life to work with, so we're in no real danger yet. Block out. Back alley's on the bottom now. And I'm pretty sure we have a Tip the Barkeep coming up now. We have a Vasti left. We have really strong allies left, so it's looking pretty good for us. We're just going to need to be able to keep 2 blues with whenever we draw this Tip the Barkeep. Interesting here. Here's Mangle. Just damage. I don't think we care about this yet. I think we wouldn't mind playing out this Chum here. Assuming we draw the blue. Here's the blue. So we'll Seafloor Salvage. We will tuck Loan Shark, and we'll play out the Chum. Cool. 3 gold to work with now. Let's see a Tip the Barkeep. Cool. Yeah, we'll just set up and go off on the turn after that. He's gained a little bit of life since our big push. Interesting that this is going into me. He doesn't have an. That means he doesn't have an attack to kill this Chum. Okay, that's pretty good for us. So we're going to Call to the Grave, send the back alley, play the Tip. I think we will give him a gold here. Do we have another Tip left in deck? We do. So we actually don't need to worry about this. Let's Rum. We'll play out Sawbones, Rigor Mortis, and Swabby. And now we got 4 allies, so we're back in a pretty good spot. Cool, love seeing Tip here. We've got Ivophidia and plenty of gold to play around with. I'm not going to make the same mistake of fearlessing this, because it's actually coming in for 4. Cool, so let's go digging. We can probably close it out. This is an attack. Yeah, this should do. Right. What are we actually looking for? A Vasti, probably. So we'll draw this. We'll Leyline. We'll Tipple. Discard this. Rabble's fine here. Okay, good on him blocking with the Rampart here. So let's keep digging. Here's Call to the Grave. Here's Riches. Okay, here's a Vasti Sweep. So we'll Vasti. We'll Tip. We have Threads, and this should be Wraps. So we'll Rebel. We will Rigor Mortis. This says go again. We get 8 here. We'll pop the Rum. We'll Swabby. And this should do it here. With the Chum Swing afterwards. Okay, no, he'll actually level 1. That is kind of concerning. I wonder if we actually have another way to close this out. I don't think so. I think that was probably our last big push. Yeah. So he might actually fatigue us here. That's not good. Yeah, I think he got me. So we misplayed on letting him get this Rampart extra block. That sucks. Yeah. No good. So we'll just... And I did need to actually give him a gold on that last tip, unfortunately. So that's unfortunate. And I doubt we'll be able to fatigue him on deck damage. Alright, so the misplay was not... I thought I had one more tip in deck. So that's unfortunate. I think if I was able to keep that last one and just, you know, keep rolling on that would have been good. But yeah, so we are fatigued here, fortunately. Cool. So just a little misplay in the end game, but that was definitely a winnable game. And our Compass getting popped that early and still pulling through is pretty impressive. So. We'll just run it back. Alrighty. Get some games into another Jarl player. Cool. So we're playing against Noah. We're going to run the Bodge again, although it's not particularly useful. And we will just... Yeah, run the anti-fatigue step again. Felt pretty good with this lineup. Cool, run this up. What's up, Noah? Thanks for popping in. So it seems like when we get our Compass popped, there's like one more big push with the back alley. And after that, we're kind of out of juice for the rest of the game. So he's going to be on the Titan's Fist. Makes sense. We have an ally to kill turn 1. It's pretty sweet. We'll set the Swell. Alright, love this hand. And we'll see what he decides to do with his hand. Bloom first. Put in some Earth's Engrave. And interestingly, he's also on the Boots of Omnius Ward. Okay, so we're gonna get hit with the Titan's Fist here. I don't think I'm worried about taking 4. So let's Tipple. Draw another Rigor Mortis. Okay. Leak a damage here. Let's see what's on top. It's a Loan Shark. Cool. So, full Gravy. And we will play this out. Yeah, definitely misplay not blocking with this. I'm actually just going to throw it. All planned, all planned. Just doing something proactive with this hand while we set up. I think I normally like to shotgun all the allies at once when I have some Sawbones to play with. But this could probably be good enough if we're put under pressure, just playing out like these Rigor Mortis and Swabbies. We got some gold to work with too. This is a pretty good hand. Yeah. Winter's bitten. That's a shame. Interesting that he's on this into Gravy Bones. But we can actually just do this and Death Threads to pay into this. And that's pretty good. So we'll pay 1. We'll get hit by the Titan's Fist. That's probably fine. I think we'll lose the Swell here, probably. That seems pretty decent to me. We have a Chum Engrave now to play with. No Joxa. That's me. So we'll block with the Swell. Just not really doing anything super useful in this hand currently. Pitch to Sebasti. Real Swabby, okay. Don't love that, but that's alright. I'm thinking we'll probably just keep this Call to the Grave to pitch and chump. That'll be that. Oops, misclick. You didn't see that, Noah. So we'll do this, and we'll just swing the chump. Hopefully take something useful out of his hand. Okay, well, that's just an Earth for his grave. But we do leak a damage here. So I'd say this is a fairly valuable chump. Oh, my brother's calling me. That's no good. Earth form, okay. Let's see what we're drawing into. Another ally, so we're definitely going to use the chump here. We'll discard Scuba. And I'm thinking we'll just play out another chump from hand here. So here's what we do. We will draw discard. We're going to Threads. We're going to play out this chump from hand. And we're just going to discard the Swabby. And hopefully we see like a tip in this coming up soon. Alright, I'm getting like so many phone calls. Give me a second, guys. Alrighty, so Noah's tanking a little bit on this turn. Looks like he's just going to throw the Mangle into the chum. Makes sense. We'll have an opportunity here to make some gold, which is nice. Hopefully this tip will draws us into like a tip or something, so that we have plenty of gold to work with right after we play out a bunch of allies. Cool, love the tip here. We are going to bottom this whaler. I don't think we need him just yet. Discard this. And what's going to be the best way to go about playing all this out? Maybe we can wait one more turn for playing these guys all out. But I think I'd like to start putting some pressure on pretty soon. We have 3 resources to work with, plus a blue on top. So yeah, here's what we'll do. We'll do the tip. We won't give a gold. We're gonna Threads. And we're gonna play this Loan Shark out. And we're gonna do something like this. So we'll go Rigor Mortis, Rum, Rigor Mortis, and we'll just end it off with like a Scuba. That's pretty good. And we'll ask him to start clearing these allies. Okay, he's gonna CNC me. That's pretty interesting. I don't really mind just blocking armor here, and continuing the setup. So that is what we'll do. Block his Jittery Bones. And we'll probably send the CNC to the bottom. Alright, so we get CNC pummeled. That's not great. But that just means we discard this, and this one Conqueror. Let's see what we got on top. I wouldn't mind just swinging a Scuba here. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, probably too good of an opportunity for him to pass up doing CNC Pummel. But I'm wondering now if his game plan is going to be just to go face and ignore my allies. Cool. So we'll set a Conqueror. We're going to get Felling, and this is going to go into a Rigor Mortis, so perhaps not. This hand's pretty good, though. I think we'll probably crack some gold to play things out. Oh, actually, I am getting Felling, so we're going to... I'm inclined to put this ley line to the bottom. I should definitely want to look before this resolves. Let's see what we got working with here. It's going to be a swell. So, not particularly attractive. I think we're probably just going to take another spam ally turn. So let's sink this sloop. If he has a plow under or something, yeah, that's going to be a prime target for C4 salvage. Cool, so we'll do that. We will turn over this plow under, and then we're just going to play out a bunch of men. So, Swabby and Sawbones looks pretty good to me. And now we'd love to see like an Avasti in this next hand, or a Tip the Barkeep or something like that. Call to the Grave should work. And we're definitely going to start pumping the gas here. What's up, Jose? We don't really seem to be at risk of our compass getting blown up, but we have lost a good chunk of our allies already. Here's Sprout String. And he's going to go into the Sawbones. Makes sense to me. Thankfully, we do have another one in this hand. Just being disciplined playing around the Fearless here. Alright, let's get it going. So, we are going to Gravy Bones. Tipple's pretty good. Let's see what we're working with on top. See if we might want to crack some gold this turn. Probably not. Seems like probably too big of an investment. So we're going to... I think the turn looks like Call to the Grave, send back alley. Conqueror, Swabby, Rigor Mortis. But then we don't actually have a way to play out an ally from the grave. But I think that's okay for now. So that's what we'll do. We'll do Call. Send the back alley. And we'll just swing Swabby here. He could potentially use his shield. And we'll go 3 wide here. This is a pretty threatening turn. Make up some of this life differential. Okay, some Carapace here. Got plenty of Earths in grave, so from the Conqueror here. We did pitch discard an ally this turn, so Shield's not doing a whole lot for him other than just making it so that we can't arsenal this Conqueror. What's he got for us? Who's blocking with the boots? Shelter from hand. And we'll just Threads. Swing our Rigor Mortis. Could leak some damage here if he wants to kill our man. Yep. So lose 2 health, and we'll set this. Avasti is awesome here. Okay, no Fearless. We do see Sleep on top, so that's pretty interesting. I could be inclined to crack some gold here. Go digging for like a really big turn. I think that's probably what we'll do. So I don't think we want to keep this Call to the Grave. We're going to play into Bodge a little bit here. Alright, this is enough resources to play this exact. So we need 4, 6, so we have 2 blues for that. And I'd like to keep this. So I think we are going to have to probably just play it by ear this turn. So let's start with the Sloop. Yeah. Sawbones is kind of been sitting in grave for a while here, unfortunately. see what he wants to do about this. Okay, see the Bodge block with. And we will follow up with the Conqueror. Well, just gonna crack the Bodge here. We're starting to leak some damage. It could potentially be an angle here where I just keep some of these men in grave and just play them all out at once a little later. I haven't seen him play anything like Pull for the Tomb yet, so he could have just not seen it yet. He's only like 20 cards through his deck. But going through this armor already is a pretty good sign for us, I think. Alright, we are going to get shielded here. Interesting. I think in that case, what should the play here be? I think I'll probably just play out this Lone Shark and keep the Avasti for a little later in the game. We're gonna hook. But I imagine this will just get 6 block. So it doesn't actually seem like this turn was able to go tall enough to block out the Bodge. But we're through 5 allies in our deck. That's about a third of our allies right now. Seeing an E-Strike block with is pretty sweet here. So this could be important. I don't think our Call to the Grave is getting used up much more. So let's keep Avasti and Tip together. And we'll send a Jittery Bones to the bottom of this stack. Alright, so we're going to Crumble to Eternity here. Interesting that this is a game plan that he's looking to enact. So this turn always starts with Gravy. Avasti's pretty good here. Thinking we'll discard this Whaler. Yeah, let's actually check on top, because I'd like to get something that we can play out as a blue that kind of helps us just play out a bunch of allies. Now that we've gotten hit with the Crumble to Eternity on the Compass, Corrosive to Death is going to be something that we need to keep in mind. We've got 7 resources to work with in hand once we play out this Avasti. So I'm kind of thinking about a line where I just summon Sawbones and Swampy and swing Rigor Mortis. I don't think I'm on that. Let's try that. So we'll swing the Rigor Mortis here. Using up an Avasti like this is not ideal for sure. You know what, actually, I think I need to get this Avasti. So we'll do it like this. I'll have to loot the hold. We are going to Threads, summon Sawbones, summon Swabby, and we'll just set this Avasti. Take some damage to Lord Shark. And just kind of dare him to do something about our board. Okay, cool. This is a great hand in terms of summing things up. But we'll see what he's got for us here. If he chooses to throw an attack, it could be scary. So he's gonna pitch Gauntlets. But it looks like we're just filtering. Okay, Mangle, interesting. We can't block this, but I think that's okay. I think we're kind of in the spot we'd like to be in anyways. Yeah, so we'll just keep this hand. We've got plenty of allies to work with at this point. I think we are down all the Conquerors. Okay, interesting. So This is probably going to have to be an endgame where we combo off with Prismatic Leyline. We see a Tropeldon here. Let's do Gravy here. And I think we're probably just going to use our Mage Master boost to play out a couple more allies. Yeah, so let's Threads. And we'll Mage Master to play out Grimortis. And the Whaler. And he's going to have something with 8 to clear this Whaler. And we do have the Fearless, so that's pretty sweet. So this Whaler's probably difficult to clear for him. We'll see how he ends up wanting to tackle this. It's going to be Felling into Whaler Sweep. So we're definitely going to juice him here with this Fearless. Probably send one of these Ravels to the bottom. And I think we'll crack some gold here, so we can get a double swing. So we'll send a Ravel to the bottom. We will protect our Whaler. And let's dip into our savings a little bit. Cool, love seeing either video here. Let's grab this. We actually did not need to crack this gold. But what we can do is just use up the last gold and... Oh no. What have I done? So it's probably going to be a Vasti, swing the Whaler. Yeah, we'll do like this. Oh, you know what? Actually, I should do this slightly differently. You go back. I need to think about this opt. This is an important opt. So we can Avasti, swing the Whaler, have 2 floating, grab this tip, but if we draw it up, then we still can't play out 2 dudes. So this is just a misplay cracking this gold, I believe. But we'll grab this Rabble. I think this is more important. We definitely want to draw off this tip after next turn. So we'll Avasti, we'll Whaler. And even if he does do the shield here, it's just stopping 1 damage off of this Rigor Mortis. What's up, Steven? Grab the tip. That's what's up. Well, we're grabbing it next turn. We're gonna grab the tip next turn. Cool. We've established a pretty impressive board state here. He's kind of on a timer to clear this Whaler before we get out something like another Sawbones. Although I'm not really sure that's going to be something that we really have the space to do. But he's definitely going to have to keep a couple cards if he wants to clear this. We've seen 1 Felling used, 2 Fellings used. He might even be keeping like a Mangle or something to clear this Whaler. That is both Fearless out of our deck, but he doesn't know that. I am the Tipper. This is my new name. Zitbel. Zibel Peep. Cool, he's taking on this for a little bit. I do like seeing that. We're going to connect for 8 damage on this. That's pretty huge. So that means we're going to get a gold swing on this Swabby. Casual 18 damage after getting Felling. And he still has a lot of homework to do about this board. We are sending 2 Murderous Rebels to the bottom, importantly, but we should have plenty of attacks left to use up with the ley lines that we have coming up. Okay, so he's going to end up getting Tunic here to stop this gold generation. Let's do something like this. Here's Leyline number 1. We are going to get Winter's Bin. Don't love that. but probably just send this ley line to the bottom with the Murderous Rebel that we just bottomed. So he's going to come in with the hammer. Makes sense. It doesn't look like we really have space for a Whaler Swing if we want to keep this tip, and I think this tip is important. Maybe it is better to just swing this Whaler here. I'm not exactly sure. I'm inclined to crack a gold. And I think that's what I'll do since I have a little bit of space here. So we'll pay into it with the Call to the Grave. Okay, don't love that. But that's fine. We just set this. We still have 2 Rigor Mortis, so we'll send 12 damage. I think this is probably an angle where we want to be dry hooking on this turn. We're gonna get Pilfered Tuned. Interesting. What are we banishing here? We don't really have great targets. He's gonna banish Chum. I think I'm okay with that. Is this our last tip? No. It is not. I believe this is our second one. Yes, it is. So the next one we're gonna have to think about giving gold. Let's do this. We'll swing the Rigor Mortis. See what he's got for us. He's gonna give 2 cards. Interesting. I think the chances of a dry hook connecting here are fairly likely. How many more Vasties do we have? We should have at least 1 more. We have 2 more. Awesome. He's gonna block 3. Let's dry hook. I think if we lose the hook here, that's fine. We're gonna have Leyline plus the Whaler still on board. I think I'm okay trading my hook for that. Cool. Hook next. We'll set this Leyline. We have no Fearless in deck, so yeah, I think unfortunately this is just the end of Whaler. So now we need to start digging for just more damage. So we've got 1 Leyline. Definitely the way we're going to win this game is with a double Leyline turn. So I wouldn't mind just getting this Given a Quarter out of my deck, but I think for now we're just going to keep it. So let's Swabby. Just take some cards out of hand. It could be worth also just playing out a Sawbones from the grave. Maybe that is the right play. But I definitely want to get cards out of hand. Well, we look at damage here. I have to refresh. You might have to. I think here is not the situation we want to be in. We definitely want to be able to turbo through our deck. To get back to those ley lines that we pitched earlier. But I'm pretty sure, as of right now, we might be shit out of allies. Is it here? Do I have to refresh? Hello, Noah? You here? There he is. Okay, so we'll pass. Love seeing a Vasti here. We're gonna get Plow Undered. That's not great. I'm wondering if this should be our go turn here. Pretty soon we're going to need to... We have 3 ley lines in deck. Let's pop this spell here. I don't think it's going to be super necessary for this late game, and it just digs us a card deeper. Ooh, revealing tip here is very bad. So we'll keep this tipple, and I think I do want to play out a soft. This is actually difficult. So, if we have ASCII on this turn, we can probably leak free damage through one of these Rigor Mortis. If we crack gold, I think we're probably drawing into 1 ley line if we crack all 3 gold, but we definitely need these. I think I can maybe afford to play out the Sawbones here and take 1 more off turn. So that is what we'll do. We'll play out the Sawbones. And we'll keep the Savasti in hand. Okay. So we would not have drawn into the cards in opponent's arsenal are frozen while they control a frostbite or frozen permanent. Interesting. What does he got for us here? He's gonna send the Titan's Fist. Alright, I think I'm definitely in a position here where I need to just go. So that is what we'll do. I think I probably fucked up the endgame here by not properly managing my pitch stack. So we'll pitch gold here. Probably into this Call to the Grave. Here's 1 ley line. Pitch again. Here's Oyston. Alright, cool. So let's do a 3rd one. We will pop a ley line. Let's send this tipple. Here's another Avasti. That's pretty good. Alright, so let's threads. We'll keep digging. Hello? Here's Riches, alright. So we'll Avasti, and we'll swing one of these. I don't think we're quite there yet. We are gonna get Stalagmited. Interesting, so I think we'll break this gold. Here's the Rabble. We can Avasti, and I think we'll put the hook on this as well. If this is a D-React, we're probably screwed. So we'll Avasti. We'll hook. Swing this. This is the last Avasti in our deck too, so we're gonna have to close it out this turn. Well, we get the gold. Draw. Here's Rabble. I might have fucked it here. Maybe it's alright, because we have a couple of turns, and we're going to be putting back double ley line. So we'll swing the Scuba. Put back ley line. Is he actually going to go to 2 here? That is very surprising. Cool. So we do get in for some decent damage here, but I might have shot my pop-up turn like 1 turn too early. So we definitely want to put these 2 together. And I think we just want blues, so let's do that. Here's 1 ley line. I think we had 10 cards in deck before we put that down, so we do have Ibophidias here. I think sending it here is perhaps too early, but we do have the Loop the Hold here, which is interesting. This, I'm actually tempted to keep and just pop off on this, and I think we can actually do it with this hand, especially with the Loop the Hold. So we'll do it. We'll crack gold for the Ibophidia. Bottom both. Here's Restless Bones. I don't think we need to crack another one here. So we will Leyline. And let's send the Murderous Rabble. There's another Leyline on top. Okay, so we misplayed a little bit, but that should be okay. We can always just draw that back up before we play out this Loop Hold. And 5 is pretty difficult to block for him in this scenario. I suppose not with the Saint. Okay. So now this Loop the Hold is kind of worthless, unfortunately. We're out of allies to play out this Restless Bones. But we do have another tip. Is it worth drawing up here? I think I'll just play out this Loop the Hold. We probably want 1 less card in deck. This is a very difficult endgame to navigate, actually. It could be something like a Fruits. We really need to keep this Rigor Mortis alive. So what's the best option to strip cards? If we draw this Leyline, that is our last one in the deck, I believe. No, we just put 1 back. So we can set that with the Murderous Rabble. And just swing Scuba? Would that be enough? I think so. So we'll swing this, or we'll play this. Play this. Hopefully 8 is enough to get us there. It looks like it might be. It seems like he's just kind of skill checking me, see if I kept enough damage in deck. We'll set this, but I'm not sure this is the right play. So here's double Leyline and the tip the Barkeep. So I think this should do it. Play this out. We will give a gold, just in case. We'll double Leyline. We'll Rum. And we'll swing this. And then this should also be coming in for 10. So let's see if this is enough. He's on 1, so unless this Arsenal is like something he kept as a defensive card, I think we should get there. We do get the whole hand. Swing this for 10. This should definitely just do it, right? Cool. We do get there in the end. We kept a CNCR, so that was pretty interesting. So having the Compass for much longer definitely helped out. I don't think that was the cleanest endgame ever. That's definitely a game I think I would get some value out of watching back the replay on that. But yeah, for sure, that was a pretty good game. I'll thank Noah for the game. Thank you for texting. Yeah, man, these Gravy Bones games, they definitely take a lot out of me. So if I wanted to bring this to the tournament, like... Where's my stream? Here it is. If I wanted to bring this to the tournament, I would definitely have to bring, like, a snack to eat between rounds. Because even just playing that one out, I am so drained. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to call it there for the Gravy Bones. And we're just going to play a fun little game of Aurora. Just to recharge. And I think I'll probably end the stream off of that. Because I do want to go to locals tonight, but it's a little far away. So... yeah, like the stream for that game. Beating Jarl, I guess, is not something that Gravy Bones should be super proud of, but yeah, definitely if you don't know your stuff, you can get fucked by those fatigue decks. So, like the stream for Gravy Bones versus Jarl, and thanks Noah for testing, giving me a good game. So, yeah. Anyways, hope everyone had a good week. It's Friday. I've just been streaming. And this has been a lot of fun. You know, I enjoy when people come and they hang out and they chat. So, thanks to you guys. Alright, we're against Fang. Interesting. Let's run probably just the regular setup. We have this, but, I mean, Fang can bring in the dynastic diadem or whatever it's called, like the hat that stops you from destroying their fealty. Yeah, this card. So this hand just set pass. Cool. Love this hand. The Promise of Plenty is going to go crazy on this hand. I can guarantee it. But we'll see. I don't think I'm super worried about any early Obsidian Fire Veins. It's more the second chain link I'd be concerned with blocking. I'm gonna make it bigger, interesting. I think I'm good. I think this is probably just gonna be make a couple of vigors from him. Yeah, not a great first turn from him for sure. Our turn is gonna be absolutely bonkers though, so let's do this. Let's go Pry. Interesting that he blocks the Dynamos this early. I would be trying to save that for the Sword Swing. We'll send Current Funnel. This Nimby's gonna get us to search with Go again. And we'll play this out. I wonder if it's worth... No, I think we'll just do this. It's gonna be 6. It might rip cards. It's basically Snatch with Go again. Get D-React for me. Yeah, he does. Cool. And we'll end it off with a Sword Swing. Cool. Send the Skizzik. Pretty great first turn. We ended up doing, like... Or threatening, I should say, like, over 20 damage on that. This hand... Not incredible. Probably looking to just block with this Burn-Up Shock at some point and Arsenal the Arc Lightning. Send a little 2-card 7 off the Jack Be Nimble. Alright, good Scar Tissue. So we're gonna get a little value out of blocking here. I'm almost tempted to face perk here, but I don't think I will. So we'll do this, and let's see. If he does a Draconic Reaction here, it's going to pump by 3, so I don't think I'm worried about him having this first fealty. We'll just block like this, and we'll see what happens. Glint, okay. Into Smoldering Steel. So giving armor here actually would have been pretty powerful. But, you know, if this was literally anything else, then I think I'm vindicated. So yeah, we'll just send our 2-card 7. If he doesn't block Dynamos here, then we're in a decent spot. He kind of wastes the value of Cold. No Dynamos block, love that. And we'll set this Arc Lightning, set up for a big turn. Yeah, this turn looks like it's going to go crazy, so sweet. We're going to go 3 wide off the quick succession. I'm pretty sure it's just no blocks here. Take all the damage and just kill him on the next turn. Unless he does something absolutely ridiculous to me. And it doesn't look like he will be. I love this. Alright, we're pitching into blues to make bigger. I think that means that's good for us. No reaction on this. Okay, so we're just IPing. Let's send the Arc Lightning. We shall send the Quick Succession. And we'll start with Path of Same Ends. No pitch here. Could be a handful of reds, and he's just keeping bigger for this. If this gets a block, I think that's pretty sweet. No block here, so... Okay, it's a Shelter. That's honestly maybe even better. We'll send the Current Funnel. Pressure Power for 5 go again is always a treat. Definitely a solid turn here. We're gonna get 5 pings of this Arc Lightning, and plus 3 from the Quick Succession. People are all... there's a lot of people on the yellow version of this with no reds in their deck, which is pretty crazy. It looks like it's gonna actually block this out. Probably save the Dynamos for the Sword Swing. That's alright. Well, if I can actually take his Grains here, that'd be pretty sweet. What do you block with here? Or the Trip Makes sense. Alright, we take the Grains here. We'll draw up into a hand that looks like it's going to break snaps. Do I want to block this Skizzik here? I don't think so. I kind of want him to do some damage to me so the Scar for Scars online. We have plenty of armor. Alright, so he's up to 2 fealty now. But our Scar for Scar is live. So I love that. We'll just send this, we'll pop our Snaps on the Nimby, and then we'll send a Skizzik for 6. And that'll just be enough. We can send a Lightning Surge. We're gonna get smoked out here, so it's probably not gonna be possible to deny him getting 3 fealty this game, but he's already so low where it might not even matter that he's finally at 3 fealty. And we still have plenty of armor. So it actually could be possible to deny this, this 3rd fealty. Close the chain. We'll send this up for 6. He also has to be thinking about Lightning Press now, which is pretty good for us. Oh my goodness, man. I don't think we actually have a Nimblism to search off for this, unfortunately. Now... That being said, is this a Faceberg angle? He has no Arcane Barrier, so I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4 pings off of this. Yeah, I definitely don't think we want to do that yet, so we'll block armor here. Just try and keep him off of this 3rd fealty as long as we can. Maybe it matters. It does not, because he has 2 chain links for this. Okay, this is actually really scary. Now I'm kind of inclined to give our Faceberg here, just because he's going to get another Dagger Swing out of this. So we'll do that. Something like this. We get a Long Risk Velocity and a Lightning Press here. So unfortunately we have to give Arc Lightning here, but I think we'd be in a rough spot for the rest of this game if we didn't do that. So let's send the Surge. We'll probably Arsenal this Promise of Plenty. I'm assuming we take a bunch of cards. He's going to go to 4 here. Alright. Sure, if you want to open block this, I'll kill you with Press. Alright, Sigil of Solace. Cool. Goes to 1. Do I just send this? I think so. He's on 3 fealty. I don't really want to let him keep a bunch of cards. Any Zap does it. Okay, cool. I'll let him play out a little bit first, just in case it's like a Sigil of Solace or something that I have to respond to. But either way, this Rebel's not doing much, so we'll block that. Splinter Steel, don't really care about that. We're slow rolling him a little bit, but there's a good reason. So we'll block this. I don't think there's anything here you can do. Cool. Alright, sweet. Just a fun little Aurora game, running 16 value per turn against Fang. I mean, not that this is the craziest deck ever, but just run our offense, and that's good enough, usually. I'm going to end the stream there. Just a little short stream. Last day of prep before the Battlegrounds, I wanted to get on here and talk to myself for a little bit. So thanks to everyone who stopped by. But yeah, wish me luck at the tournament tomorrow, and I know I'll be seeing some of you guys there. So yeah, until then, later.